There is nothing like this on the drawing boards. We are not likely to see a spacecraft of this size, complexity, and capability, perhaps in our lifetimes.
No, we're really not. I was just thinking, watching it come off the pad, that I'm never going to see that again. And we're all so used to it. The shuttle is almost iconic in this country in terms of that winged orbiter that we're all so used to, and we're not going to see it again. It's quite a moment.
Steve, you have flown on 4 shuttle flights. You've been with NASA how long? 30?
In one more week, it'll be 35 years.
35 years. What does this mean to you, seeing the last shuttle go?
Well, to tell you the truth, Scott, I'm kind of mission focused. I'm the lead Capcom for this mission, which means I'm one of the guys in mission control that actually speaks to the crew. So at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'll be in mission control and back in Houston and starting my job here. So I'm very focused on the crew, their readiness, and the mission ahead of them.
4 crew members on this flight.
Only 4.
Only 4, usually 7 on a shuttle flight. Why only 4?
Well, the idea is normally when we launch a shuttle to the International Space Station, we have a rescue capability with another shuttle behind it. Well, clearly we don't have that now. And so if we do need to park these guys on the International Space Station, we'd have to bring them down on a phased series of Russian Soyuz spacecraft, and 4 is as many as we can handle.
We're going to go back down to the live picture of the shuttle. We are 7 minutes after liftoff, and in about a minute or so, the main engines of the shuttle will shut down as planned, and the orbiter will be orbiting the Earth at, believe it or not, 8 times the speed of a rifle bullet. Bill Harwood, what will the astronauts be doing on this 12-day mission?
It's a very important mission for the International Space Station, Scott. You know, they have some private companies trying to build unmanned cargo ships to take over for the shuttle to keep the supplies going to the space station to support a 6-person crew. They haven't flown yet. NASA's concerned that if they run into any technical problems, they'd like a little bit of a hedge against that, some insurance. This flight's going to take up enough equipment, really, to keep the station crew good for a full year through 2012 in case the commercial companies run into some problems.
We should be about 30 seconds from main engine cutoff, and is it at that point, Steve, that we see the external tank fall away?
20 seconds after that. What the crew is undergoing 3G press down through their chest right now. It's hard to breathe. They're looking forward to that main engine cutoff, which means the rocket engine stop and the thrust stops, and then you're now floating in space.
And we should see that main engine cut off momentarily. You can start to see some atmospheric effects. There still is an atmosphere up there. They're very high, but it's an interesting thing to watch.
Well, we just heard confirmation of main engine cutoff. Let's wait for the external tank to separate from the orbiter. That's the orbiter at the top. You're looking at the bottom of the Atlantis, at the top of the screen, the bottom of the screen. There goes the external fuel tank falling away. The camera is literally on the external fuel tank. There goes the Atlantis rising into space. They are now safely in orbit, and it is the last time that anyone will ever see that. A very successful launch today. Atlantis is safely in space on the final shuttle mission. There will be more about all of this on your local news on this CBS station, on CBSNews.com, and tonight on the CBS Evening News. Until then, I'm Scott Pelley, CBS News at the Kennedy Space Center.
For news 24 hours a day, go to CBSNews.com.